Alrighty. Well, something new that I'm going to try to start doing. We're going to feature 2 qualifying hot laps here at Brownstown Speedway. Starting out first is your Slicker Graphics Super Late Model Series. And group number 1, the 32 of Chad Stapleton, the 22N of Mario Neal, the 83 of Scott James, the 79 of Troy Warwick, the 39 of Mike Hildebrand, the 14W of Quentin White, and the 1G of Devin Gilpin in this first qualifying group. And 1G of Devin Gilpin. The 83 of Scott James, and coming up the 32 of Chad Stapleton. This here is the qualifying / hot laps for your Slicker Graphics Super Late Model Series here at Brownstown Speedway, Brownstown, Indiana. So as I said before, 2 groups tonight that we are going to be featuring for their qualifying and hot laps is going to be your Slicker Graphics Super Late Models and your United States Air Force Modifieds. First time doing this for qualifying. I can't remember if I said him or not, but the 22N of Mario Neal is also a part of this first group. So, just wanted to make sure that I get everybody. All right. Giving them the yellow and green. Going to do some laps around the track. Alright, Devin Gilpin, Chad Stapleton, Scott James are moving to the infield. We're going to qualify 3 here. Getting ready to go. Green flag's going to fly on the 22 in of Marty O'Neill for this qualifying hot lap. Mario O'Neill with a 15.279. The 79 with a 14.153. The 14 with a 14.464. 22 in, finishing out with a 15. The 79 a 13. And the 14 with a 14, your fastest time for this group. Fast time so far is 79 of Troy Warwick. All right, here comes around the next 3. Chad Stapleton gonna get the green. The 32 with a 13.497. The 83 Scott James with a 13.661. And the 1G of Devin Gilpin with a 13.641, finishing out 32, 13.952. A3 with a 13.659. Devin Gilpin going on the high side there. He's going to finish out with a 14.33, making Chad Stapleton your fast time in this Group 1. With a 13.497 at 32, Chad Stapleton, fast time so far in the group. Behind him, Devin Gilpin, the 83 is Scott James, the 79 Troy Warwick, and the 14W of Quentin White. Now, group number 2 coming out on track is going to be the 7R of Kent Robertson, the 17M of Alan Magner, the 43R of Robert Tinker, the 15 of James Rice, the 98 of Dusty Chapman, the 26J of Joshua Hall, and the 80 of Tucker Chastain. All right, we're going to have our first three, the 98, the 43, and the 26. Green flag falls on the 98. The 98 coming with a 14.718. Behind him is going to be 16.263 and a 14.297. That's the 43 and the 26. Heavy smoke on the 98. Fast time out of this group so far is the 26 of Joshua Hall with a 16.389. Actually, I think it was a 14 second time. Fast time so far in this group. Now we got the 80, the 7R, the 15, and the 17 all coming out to qualify and run some hot laps. Green's gonna fall on the 7. Seven coming around for the white flag with a time of 13.478. Behind that is going to be 13.571 for the 15. 17 is going to come with a 14.702 and the 80 with a 14.201. 7 finishes out with a 13.41. Behind that, the 15 with a 13.606. The 17 with a 14.520. And the 80 with a 13.341. Alrighty, 7 fast time, 13.341. And group number 2. Group number 3 going to go like this. It's going to be the 44M of Mason Covey, the 41 CJ of Casey White, the 24 of Jared Bailey, the 23 Keegan Cox, the 31 Rick Gum, and the 22 of Skylar Lewis. Alright, we're going to keep the 41 CJ on the track, the 44 and the 31. Green flag going to fall on the 31. .41 CJ White slips out. 31's got a time of 14.659. The 44 with a 13.745. The 41 with a 21. 31 coming in for the checker with a 14.343. The 44 coming around with the checker. It's going to be a 13.688. And for the 41 CJ, it's going to be the 16.432, making the 44 your fastest time so far in this group, in group number 3. All right, now we got the 24 Jared Bailey pulling out. onto the track, as well with the 23C of Keegan Cox and the 22 of Skylar Lewis. Alright, green flag gonna fly on the 23C. Coming in with a 14.311. 22 Skylar Lewis with a 13.929. 24 Jared Bailey with a 14.11. 23C with a 14.232. 22 Skylar Lewis with a 13.486. And the 24 Jared Bailey finishing out with a 13.486. Fast time overall in this group going to be the 22 of Skylar Lewis. All right, stay tuned for some more action here in a minute. We'll be back with the U.S. Modifieds. All right, we're back with the U.S. Air Force Modifieds qualifying in hot laps here at Brownstown Speedway in Brownstown, Indiana. Alrighty, in group number 1, H9 of Carly Holt, the 29J of Jordan Weaver, 41 of Steve, and the 1 of Nathan Voorhees, the 22J of Jay Baker Sr., and the 93W of Braden Watson, the 21 of Dustin Heron, and the 39 of Earl Plessinger, and the 11S of Zachary Stalker. White flag falls on 22. Checkered now out. Alright, and your fastest time lineup, the 29, the 29 Joy Jordan Weaver, second 93W Braden Watson, the 1 of Nathan Voorhees, the 41 of Steve, and the 11S of Zachary Stalker in 5th. Alright, group number 2 with the 7-11, Jerry Bland Jr., the P1 of Tim Prince, the 17V of Nathan Vire, the 12C of Troy Clark, the 148 Brent Lee, the 11B of Bob Starrett, the 118 JR of David Winters Jr., the 81 of Logan Mounts, and the 11 with the 115 of Jacoby Hines. This is qualifying on the hot lap number 2 for the U.S. Air Force Modifieds. Green flag out. circuit is now out. Alright, your fastest time lineup in group number 2, the 11. B of Bob Starrett, the 14, the 148 of Brent Lee, the 17V of Nathan Navarre, the 1 of Tim Prince, and the 81 Logan Mounts. Alright, at this time I want to catch everybody up on some Brownstown Speedway points here for this 2022 season. These are the point standings as of right now for Brownstown Speedway. Right now we have in the Slicker Graphics Super Late Models in the first position, 83 is Scott James with 531 points. In second place, 32 Chad Stapleton with 527 points. In third place, the 22 Skylar Lewis of 486 points. And in fourth place, the 23 CF Keegan Cox with 482. Over in your U.S. Air Force Modifieds, first place, the 29J of Jordan Weaver with 705 points. And second place, the 93W of Braden Watson with 676 points. And in the third position, 4 point standings, the 16C of John Klippinger with 650 points. And fourth place, the 118H of Jacoby Hines with 627 points. Now we're going to move over to your P3 Graphics Indiana Late Model Series, with the first place being the 11 of Tyler Collins with 1,683 points. Second place, 17M of Alan Magner with 1,603 points. Third place, 14V of Britton Gotze with 1,581 points. And fourth place, the 0 of Justin Bowling with 1,510 points for your P3 Indiana Pro Late Models. Your Pier Hall Super Stocks, in first place, 79S of Zach Sasser with 1,262 points. In second place, the 0027 of Greg Amick with 1,203 points. In third place, the 75 of Tucker Chastain with 1,142 points. And fourth place, the 11S of Isaiah Sasser with 1,089 points. Moving over to your all-in-one Pulls Pure Stocks. In first place, the 14K of Keaton Strevel with 867 points. In second place, the 21H of Josh Hayes with 835 points. And third place, the number 1 of DJ Dunn with 786 points. And in fourth place, the 36 of Dustin Carr with 766 points. And last but not least, this is your Kane's Tree Service Hornets. In first place, the 20 of Michael Brewer with 1,404 points. And second place, the 10JR of Davey Wagner with 1,307 points. And third place, the 23 of Caleb Quadell with 1,285 points. And fourth place, the 85S of Scott Smith with 1,184 points. That's your point standing so far as they stand out here at Brownstown Speedway. And also including in that point standing is the Flag to Flag Media Crown Vics. In first place, the 15 of Michael Kramer with 1,057 points. In second place, the 14 of Brandon Kramer with 1,026 points. And third place, the 22X of Billy Heil with 1,000 points. And in fourth place, the 55 of Joel Smith with 994 points. That is your 2022 point standings so far for this season here at Brownstown Speedway. We'll be back more racing here in a few. Alrighty. the 71 JR of Dan Bowling Jr. And row number 2, the 18E of Brian Pollitt. And the 130 of Keaton Durbin. And row number 3, the 13 of Levi Hayes. And the 10 JR of Davey Wagner. And row number 4, the 23 of Caleb Waddell. And the 85S of Scott Smith. And then row number 5, the 431 of Jamie Ogle. And the 07 of Curtis Rosie. 8 laps to distance here tonight at Brownstown Speedway for this heat race. Alright, green flag out. Here we go. Row number 4, the 20J of Jacob Owens, and the 19E of Corey Edsey. And row number 5, the 72 Jeremy Shamel, and the D60 of Andrew Carroll. Here we go, we're going to the green. Gonna be the 14 of Matt Miller out in front. And Michael Burns slowly coming up.
caution is for him, Landon Hayes from Bedford, Indiana. He'll start shotgun on the restart. 5 laps to go. Again, race fans, right after this race, Jim Price again going to do a little track prep. We'll be ready for feature race action. Make sure you go visit the Schaefer Custom Design Photo. Get you something to eat and drink back to the encore. Take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back with feature race action here tonight. Get it off. 25. Delaware double mile restart. 20 miles will be out there. Second place guy. Bring it inside, inside, outside. Be one at the flag stand for Michael Brewer.
Getting the 1 to go signal. Michael Burr out in the front now in heat race number 2. And green flag out. Michael Burr now resuming the lead. It's going to be the 20 of Michael Brewer. Behind him is going to be the 5 of Zach Johnson. The 20 J of Jacob Owens. The 19 E of Corey Etzies. And the 72 of Jeremy Shimwell. Alright, we'll be back with some feature racing after this. Alrighty. Coming up next here at Brownstown Speedway, we got the Slicker Graphics Super Late Model Heat Race number 1. Alright, they're now rolling down to the track.
Starting lineup for Slicker Graphics.
Alright, starting lineup for the Super Late Model Heat Race 1 is going to be the row number 1, the 83 of Scott James. Next to him is going to be the 1G of Devin Gilpin, and row number 2, the 32 of Chad Stapleton, and the 79 of Troy Warwick. And row number 3, the 14W of Quentin White, and the 22N of Marty O'Neill. And row number 4, the 39 of Mike Hildebrand in this Heat Race number 1. Scott James on the inside, on the outside. Devin Gilpin in the 1G. We're about to go heat racing here at Brownstown Speedway with your super late models. As we're about to get the one to go. Alrighty, 8 laps over heat. Now he's number 1. Green flag flies. And it's going to be the 83 Scott James pushing out front. The 1G Devin Gilpin running in second. 32 Chad Stapleton in third. 1G working the bottom side, going to go for it. Overtaking the 83 Scott James for the first place position. Scott James working on the backside of him, but so is the 32 Chad Stapleton, who is now looking for a window. 1G Devin Gilpin leading first in the heat race number 1. Whoa! Debris coming off. 39 of Mike Hildebrand rips the bumper right off that thing. Caution's going to come out. Hits that tire there in the turns 1 and 2. Rips the bumper right on off of that race car. Alright, Devin Gilpin running in first, behind him the 83 Scott James in second, 32 Chad Stapleton in third. Behind him's the 14W of Quentin White and the 39 of Mike Hildebrand, who just ripped off his bumper in the turns 1 and 2 off that tire.
Number 1 here tonight at Brownstown Speedway. Next time, I gotta get the 1 to go signal. Hildebrand 39 to nose piece. He's got that car swinging in the front of that car.
Alright, we're going to remain under caution. 39 of Mike Hildebrand. Got a bar from where he ripped off that bumper. He's going to have to come down. They're going to have to do some work. And alright, we'll be back for our 1 to go here at Brownstown Speedway for the restart of heat race number 1. Devin Gilpin, your leader, 83 Scott James second, and third place Chad Stapleton. Alright, we're getting the 1 to go signal. Devin Gilpin, Scott James, Chad Stapleton, Quentin White, and Mike Hildebrand, your top 5. Starting out here in this restart in heat race number 1. 2 laps down, 6 remain.
Gonna wave off that start, trying to get a word on what the reason is.
And we're back to caution.
So debris in turn 3 is what we're being told.
We're in turn number 3. We're under a caution. Once more.
charm. Going to show the 1 to go signal. This time by for Devin Gilpin's number 1G machine. Like I said, don't count out the little chaos. Chad the high side into that third spot.
All right, getting the 1 to go. Once again, 1G, Devin Gilpin out front. A3, Scott James. 32, Chad Stapleton, Quentin White, and Mike Hildebrand, your top 5.
Keep an eye on that number 39. See how that car handles the number on that machine for Hildebrand's 39 machine. Getting ready to come to the restart. Devin Gilpin, Scott James, and Chad Stapleton.
All right, green flag waves once more. Devin Gilpin pulling out front. A3, Scott James behind him. 32, Chad Stapleton going to take the high side. Mike Hildebrand leaving the track. He's heading back to the pits. We're about halfway there. 4 laps left to go. Devin Gilpin still leading now. Chad Stapleton in second place, but Scott James working the bottom on him. The 22 and Mario O'Neill and Quentin White battling it out for that 4th position. Looks like Mario O'Neill's going to take it from him. 2 laps left. 14W Quentin White hits the infield. White flag coming out for the 1G of Devin Gilpin. Coming back around turns 3 and 4. Checkers out. The 1G of Devin Gilpin, your heat race number 1 winner. Behind him, the 32 of Chad Stapleton and the A3 of Scott James. The 22 of Marty O'Neill, and 4th and 5th is going to be the 79. All right, race number 2 going to line up like this. And run number 1, the 80 of Tucker Chastain. The 15 of James Rice. And run number 2, the 7R of Kent Robertson. The 26J of Joshua Hall. And run number 3, the 17M of Alan Magner. And the 98 of Dusty Chapman. And in number 4, the 43R of Robert Tinkner.
Right after that, heat race, you're up, guys. So you want to be staging? Peter Hall Superstocks. Getting ready to stage.
All right, rolling around the 80 of Tucker Chastain on the inside. On the outside, the 15 of James Rice. Top 4 would be Kent Robinson on the inside and Joshua Hall on the outside for your top 4 in heat race number 2.
Look out for that beautiful new wrap on P. Robinson Robertson's 7R machine. As he gets ready to turn them loose here off turn number 4. Check it.
Green flag out. Here we go. The 80 of Tucker Chastain going to be surpassed by the 50 of James Rice. As they went 3 wide in the turns 3 and 4, or 1 and 2, sorry. James Rice, your leader in this race. Behind him, the 7R of Robert. Sorry, Kent Robertson. Six laps left to go, now 5. Heat race number 2. Robertson in second place. Behind him is going to be the 26J of Joshua Hall. As we are about to go 2 laps left into this heat race. Getting the 2-lap signal is going to be the 15 of James Rice. Kent Robinson still running second and third place, Joshua Hall. 17M of Alan Magner running fourth. And the 80 of Tucker Chastain. White flag comes out for James Rice. Whoa, we got a car spinning on the backside of turns 3 and 4. 1 left to go in this race. With the white flag restart. The 43 going on the backside. That's going to be of Robert Tinkner. Again, the 1 to go. Single file restart. 15 James Rice, the 7R of Kent Robertson, the 26 of Joshua Hall, 17M of Alan Magner, and the 80 of Tucker Chastain. That's your top 5 in this heat race. Gonna be a white checker. White flag in the air. 15 of James Rice, still leading in the restart. And coming to collect the checkered, gonna be the 15 of James Rice. All right. James Rice winning heat race number 2. Behind him, the 7 of Kent Robertson. 3rd place, 26J of Joshua Hall, the 17M, and 4th of Alan Magner. And in 5th, the 80 of Tucker Chastain. James Rice now coming down, heading back to the pits. Alrighty, heat race number 3 already out on the track. Ready to go. It's going to line up like this. And run number 1, the 24 of Jared Bailey, the 44M of Mason Covey. And run number 2, the 22 of Skylar Lewis, and the 23C of Keegan Cox. And run number 3, the 31 of Rick Gum, and the 41CJ of Casey White. So Jared Bailey starting out on your inside. Next to him, Mason Covey on the outside. Skylar Lewis starting in the inside, and Keegan Cox on the outside. That's your top 4 starting in heat race number 3. 8 laps of distance. As we go, green flag, Jared Bailey taking up the lead. .44 looking to run him on the high side. That's Mason Covey. And he's gonna, he almost gets him there. .44 now passing up 24 Jared Bailey for the lead. Halfway mark. 4 laps left to go. 41 CJ of Casey White heading off back to the pits. 44 of Mason Covey, now your leader. Jared Bailey looking underneath. As we got 2 to go for heat race number 3 for your super late models. White flag out in the air. And coming around to collect that checker flag is going to be the 44 of Mason Covey. Behind him, the 24 of Jared Bailey for second. 22 of Scott Lewis for third. 31 of Rick Gum for fourth. And fifth place, the 23C of Keegan Cox. And that will finish out your Slicker Graphics Super Late Models Heat Races. We'll be back with more racing action.
Like this.
Pure Hull Super Stock feature here at Brownstown Speedway. Coming out here on the track. Alright, lamps are going to go like this. The 22 of Matt Boneck on the inside of row number 1. And the 11S of Isaiah Sasser on the outside. In row number 2, the Devil 027 Brigham Mick on the inside. And the 75 of Tucker Chastain on the outside. In row number 3, the 53C of Bryson Clark on the inside. And the 3X of Tanner Chastain on the outside. In row number 4, the 14 of Austin Perry on the inside. And the 79S of Zach Sasser on the outside. And row number 5, the 1 of Trent Adams on the inside, and the 23 of Blake Paul on the outside. And row number 6, the 55X of Sam Lee on the inside, and the 98 of Grant Simpson on the outside. And row number 7, the 70 of Dalton Fleener on the inside, and the 49 of Jack Roberts on the outside. And row number 8, the 5M of Brent McMillan on the inside, and the 33Z of Glenn Neal on the outside. And in row number 9, the 53 of Roger Rickenbacker on the inside, and the L66 of Webb Lee on the outside. As always, your official Brownstown John Jones pace truck gonna lead the group. 20 laps to distance. back to the pits for this feature for Brownstown rules. And row number 1 on the inside is going to be the 29J of Jordan Weaver. And on the outside is going to be the 115 of Jacoby Hines. Row number 2 is the 93 of Brandon Watson on the inside. And on the outside, the 17B of Nathan of Father. And row number 3, the 1 of Nathan of Voorhees. And the 711 of Jerry Bland Jr. on the outside. And row number 4, the 11S of Zachary Stalker on the inside. And the 118 JR of David Winters Jr. on the outside. And run number 5, the 89 of Carly Holmes on the inside, and the 81 of Logan Mounts on the outside. And run number 6, the 41 of Steve on the inside, and the 11B of Bob Starrett on the outside. And run number 7, the 21 of Dustin Heron on the inside, and the 148 of Brent Lee on the outside. And run number 8, the 22J of Jay Parker Sr. on the inside, and the 12C of Troy Clark on the outside. And run number 9, the B1 of Tim Prince on the inside, and the 39 of Earl Whistler on the outside. 20 laps the distance.
US Air Force modified here tonight.
7711 of Jerry Bland Jr. Stay tuned for more racing coming up next. Alrighty, up next is the Canes Tree Hornet feature. Lineup's going to go like this. And row number 1 on the inside is going to be the 23 of Caleb Quaddell. On the outside, the 20 of Michael Brewer. And row number 2 is the 45 of Shannon Walp. And the 5 is Zach Johnson. And row number 3 is the 15C on the inside of Cordell Moore. And the 2 DJ of Jacob Owens on the outside. And row number 4, the 18E of Brian Pola on the inside. And the 19E of Corey Etzies on the outside. And row number 5, the 07 of Curtis Rosia on the inside, and the 72 of Jeremy Shemwell on the outside. And row number 6, the 10 JR of Davey Wagner on the inside, and the 14M of Matt Miller on the outside. And row number 7, the 431 of Jamie Ogle on the inside, and the 32 of Landon Hayes on the outside. And row number 8, the 85S of Scott Smith on the inside, and the D16 of Andrew Carroll on the outside. And row number 9, the 138 of Keaton Durbin on the inside, and the 29A of Skylar Ashley on the outside. And row number 10, the 71 JR of Don Bowling Jr. on the inside, and the 43K of Kenneth Eaton on the outside. And row number 11, the 13 of Levi Hayes. As the official Brownstown Pace truck rolls them around. 20 laps the distance tonight in this Hornet feature. 16 laps left to go in this race. Michael Brewer leading, Caleb Claudel behind him.
Don't forget, race fans, next week in July 2nd, U.S. Air Force 30 here, Indiana late model. 1,500 points from your Peterhall Super Stock, all in one full beer stock. Cage 3 service ordinance in the white flag, medium ground thing, second action, 20 from tonight. And then a big one on July 9th, over 340, the Valley Iron Age. Big weekend coming up here at Brownstown Speedway.
Alright, we're going to get the one to go.
One and last to go. It's another green and one. Here at Brownstown Speedway.
Jacob Owens right beside the 23 of Caleb Cordell, the 20 of Michael Burr out in front. Here we go. Jacob Owens in the 23 of Caleb Wardell to finish out your top 3.
Good run by Jacob Owens in that number 20 machine.